Godzilla is now in New York City.
Monster 01 and 02, commence the attack.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to Stomp This Way. How you doing today, Andrew?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself there?
I'm doing okay. I'd be better if we hadn't turned into the Roger Corman podcast.
I know, right?
But whose fault is that? Mine. But anyway, Andrew, why don't you tell the listeners, what Roger Corman production are we blessed with? This, I actually don't even think his name is on the credits. I think they only credit Gene.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Gene worked for Roger. But anyway, what Corman production are we blessed with this week?
Oh, I wouldn't say blessed. But, you know, what we suffered through this week.
Mm-hmm.
Beast from Haunted Cave.
That's right. That is the film. Yeah.
I don't think any of these Roger Corman films we watched has been good.
No, I mean, I don't remember all the ones we watched. Like that Attack of the Crab People or whatever was okay. Remember that from back in the day?
Was it?
Was it? Better than the last two we watched. I couldn't even tell you what other Corman productions we've done, but yeah, was the Giant Behemoth? No, that wasn't a Corman production. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, we've done a few, but yeah, and once again, had an interesting viewing experience. I would say we, last time we talked about with the DVD and the drive-in stuff. Different company put out this DVD I had, but it's another cheap DVD collection of Corman movies, and kind of the same thing. Like it goes to the play menu. The play menu is cleaner. It's not quite as intricate as the last one, but it has like the play menu has like the background of like the drive-in movie theater thing, and like there's the drive-in screen in the background, and it's playing like if you go to an actual drive-in, like the pre-show thing with the voiceover of like, don't forget to visit our refreshment stands and blah, blah, blah. And
I think a lot of Roger Corman films were made for drive-ins.
Oh, yeah. All of his movies were like cheap drive-in double feature movies to get the teenagers.
That's why on the box it says drive-in features or whatever.
But I would say the transfer of this movie is a little better.
Oh, it's a lot better.
Of the one we watched of Attack of the Leeches,
you can actually
or whatever.
see what's happening.
Yeah, the picture quality is quite a bit better. The sound quality, a little better. I mean, there's still definitely some.
Why she was the girl in the beginning was hard to understand is because she was supposed to be drunk. Because she was easier to understand later.
I think because she's talking in a really high volume, and I just think the pitch of her voice is not agreeing with the sound recording equipment.
Because she's saying, she was really drunk in the beginning of the movie, and then she was talking better when she wasn't drunk. I think it was somewhat to do with that also.
Maybe.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, I understood more of the dialogue this time around, especially in the second half. But anyway, you want to get to some production trivia? Yeah, so this is a Corman production. It is the first collaboration with the director, Hellman, and that started a relationship that would last 15 years.
You have a ton of production trivia for this movie for some reason.
Not really. I just have a big, long paragraph that I pasted. But I'll get to that here in a minute. After the success of his film Naked Paradise, which was like, some kind of like bank heist movie thing. Roger Corman wanted to do that movie again, but he wanted to set it in South Dakota instead of California because it's cheaper to film in South Dakota. And he wanted to put a monster in it. So they filmed it in South Dakota at an out-of-commission mine in the town of Deadwood. They shot it at the same time with the same actors in the same location as a movie that Corman did called Ski Troop Attack to save money.
So they had these poor people doing two movies at the same time.
Two movies at the same time. Hey, we're cutting costs. They shot this movie in 13 days. The cold and the snow made the shoot very difficult. Apparently, the Cormans or Hellman were not used to shooting in snow because they shot all their movies in LA.
Wow.
The sounds of the gunshots would cause parts of the ceiling to fall in of the mine, and the cast was very nervous. So that would be quite nerve-wracking. The air in the mine would get stale, and they would have to pump fresh air in.
Wow.
This is a dangerous production. Paul Blaisdell was approached again. We talked about him last week. They approached him to do Attack of the Legions, and he said no. They approached him for this movie as well, but he turned it down guess what? Because of the low budget. So the suit actor, Chris Robinson, who actually plays the creature, also agreed to design the creature for free for no additional cost if he got a special effects credit, and even offered to pay for the materials himself.
Man, he was really wanting to make this costume.
He really wanted to be a special effects artist.
Yeah.
So, I just copied this quote verbatim from Wikipedia. So, credit to Wikipedia because this is pretty amazing. Listen to this. So, according to Robinson, the design of the beast, which he nicknamed Humphreys, was based on a wingless hanging fly. In order to create the creature's skeletal form, Robinson added aluminum stripping to a plywood base, then covered the frame with chicken wire before wrapping it in sheets and muslin. He then soaked the frame in vinyl paint in order to waterproof the design since it had to be used in the snow. The creature's head was fashioned out of 1/4-inch aluminum wire, which was then encased in steel wire and wrapped in muslin. The creature's fangs and teeth were also constructed with aluminum wire. Robinson then placed putty and patches of crepe hair onto the design before adding spun glass and Christmas tree tinsel in order to give it a cobwebby appearance.
He went all out.
Apparently, the director had a quote where he said something like, they literally went to the general store and spent like $2 on materials for this creature.
Wow.
But anyway, released as a double feature with The Wasp Woman, which is ironic because the DVD for the movie last week was doubled with Wasp Woman. A sequel was planned to resolve the fate of the characters, I guess Gypsy and Gil.
Yeah.
But it was canceled.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. But anyway, Andrew, tell them about the box office.
Well, you see, this movie, it was released June 10th, 1959.
That's right.
Budget of, $33,000.
That's pretty low.
That's pretty low. Hellman claimed to receive 2% of the profits, and that he was paid $400.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the profit of around $20K.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess that's profit on, after costs. So I don't know what the total grosses were, but yeah, I mean, 20,000. I mean,
not bad.
Could be zero profit.
He made money.
He made some money off of it a little bit. But anyway, we're going to listen to the trailer and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the cast and crew and we'll talk about the plot and we'll talk all things about Beast from Haunted Cave. See you in a bit.
Break trail with 4 men and a girl to the territory of the killer beast. 4 men who live by killing. A girl who has experienced so much that only sadistic brutality can thrill her. Vicious and violent men attempting the most daring of daylight robberies, enjoying midnight revelries, until one orgy turns into a nightmare of terror. Ride the ski lift to the very top in thrills.
What I saw you wouldn't believe.
Watch men who deal in death meet and fight the invincible beast from Haunted Cave.
Go back. Go back.
I come to help you.
You can't help now.
All right, there it was. There it was. Yeah, I think that voiceover guy watched a different movie than we did. Where's my movie with the orgy?
That trailer just kind of ended.
Yeah, it was kind of interrupted in, but
It's just like, here's the scene from the movie, and now it's over.
Well, anyway, this movie was directed by Monty Hellman, written by Charles B. Griffith, music by Alexander Laszlo, effects by Chris Robinson, and starring Michael Forrest, Sheila Noonan, and Frank Wolf. And the plot, more or less, is as follows. A gang of bank robbers, leader Alex, his secretary Gypsy, and henchmen Marty and Byron, plan to rob a bank vault in Deadwood, South Dakota. As part of their escape plan, they hire Gil, a cross-country skiing guide, to take them to his remote cabin, where they intend to hide out until a plane can pick them up. To create a distraction, Alex sends Marty to plant a bomb in a nearby mine shaft. Marty brings along a local barmaid, but after planting the explosives, she is attacked and carried off by a mysterious creature lurking in the mine. Marty returns shaken and tries to tell Alex what happened, but Alex dismisses the story. When the bomb detonates, the gang robs the bank as planned, and Gil, still unaware of their true intentions, leads them into the wilderness to his cabin. Unbeknownst to them, the creature has followed. At the cabin, tensions rise as a blizzard delays the escape plane. Amid the growing unease, Gypsy and Gil develop a romance, while Byron becomes close with Gil's housemaid, Little Dove. Gypsy eventually confides in Gil that the gang plans to kill him once the plane arrives. The two escape on snowshoes, but the creature strikes again, abducting Little Dove. Byron ventures into a nearby cave to search for her and discovers her webbed to the cave wall. Before he can free her, he too is attacked and trapped by the creature. Seeking shelter from the storm, Gil and Gypsy also make their way into the cave, where Gil fires several ineffective shots at the monster. Alex and Marty soon follow, leading to a final confrontation. Both men are killed in the struggle, but not before Marty fires a flare that ignites the creature, sending it up in flames. With the monster burning behind them, Gil and Gypsy, now the only survivors, walk away as the screen fades to black. More or less.
More or less.
More or less the movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the movie opens up.
That plot sounds a lot more exciting than the movie itself.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the cabin in the middle that is just like, oh my God, let's just get through this.
Yeah, and the beginning before the...
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah, like the movie's 75 minutes, I think. It felt like a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, the movie opens up at a ski resort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, we just watched a ski movie for our other podcast the other day.
Apparently, this is filmed with a movie that's
Was about ski
troop attack.
about skiers. Yeah, it opens at a ski resort, and yeah, there's I have a hard time hearing a lot of the dialogue in this opening sequence here at the ski resort, which is about the first 20 minutes of the movie or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's obvious that these guys are. First of all, I have a hard time telling who's our main characters and who's not important to the story, because there's a lot of characters introduced at this ski resort, but there's clear that some of these guys are planning something, And turns out it's Alex, who is the ringleader.
Mm-hmm.
There's this blonde-headed chick, Gypsy, who is his quote-unquote secretary. There's Byron, and there's Marty.
Byron's a little bit simple.
Byron is a little simple. Marty is kind of like the cool suave dude, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Marty is hitting on Gil, who is our main protagonist. He had a sister named Jill, and Jill's not important to the story. But yeah, so Gil's also there. They've hired Gil to go on what they call a cross-country ski. Now, it's not really a cross-country ski. It's like a day trip to his cabin.
Mm-hmm.
But, whatever. It's a little bit of a weird.
I think they convinced him to let them stay at the cabin for a few days. Then, thinking they're going to continue to travel.
Well, they say something about, before they reveal their plan, about traveling back. So I think he thought he was taking them to this cabin and then taking them back.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean, they do stay overnight. I mean, it's not a short ski, not what I would call a cross country ski, but whatever, semantics, I guess. But yeah, so they hire Gil to take them because I guess their plan is, it takes me a while to really catch on, really, as they're doing it, because I can't hear the dialogue. I don't know if it was revealed in dialogue or not, but there's a scene at the bar where Marty is flirting with this barmaid or whatever, and it's clear early on that there's going to be some tension because Gypsy is making googly eyes at Gil. And Alex is upset even before the plan gets kicked into motion.
Yeah.
And he's obviously abusive. But anyway, Marty goes to this mine with the barmaid. This is where the trailer said the orgy.
Yeah.
Not much of an orgy, but
No.
Anyway, he takes the barmaid into the mine and he's like, I gotta go plant. Well, he doesn't tell her he's planting a bomb, but he goes and plants this bomb.
He's like, I've always wanted to see inside of a gold mine.
Yeah, he shoots the lock off the door, I guess.
Yeah.
And they go in. It's underlit because they can't afford good lighting, but that's okay. He plants the bomb.
To be fair, a gold mine would not be very
Well,
bright.
it would not be very well lit. That's true. And then they start making out, and then they're attacked by the creature. And then I guess she's taken, but he's not.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things to me, I guess he got a pretty good look at it. And the fact that he just goes on for, I know he shows up and he's shaking and Alex beats him up a little bit. But the fact that he goes on with the movie after seeing this horrible atrocity is kind of funny, but whatever. But the bomb goes off, kills somebody. I'm not even sure who it kills.
Some hunter.
Yeah. So, but that was meant as a distraction. So they hear the sirens going one way. They go rob the bank. And this small town bank just has a huge stash of gold bars. I don't know if that was a thing in the 50s or not, but okay.
I guess so.
So they rob the bank and then they go and meet up. Gypsy's been sweet talking Gil or whatever while they rob the bank. And they go meet up and they go skiing. But little do they know that there was another exit to the mine. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess the monster got out of the exit that we see later in the movie, right?
Yeah.
So did it backtrack all the way back across to the ski resort just to follow them all the way back to the cabin?
No, remember, because Marty went to that entrance when he was looking in the woods, and he found the spider thing.
Yeah, later, when they're the halfway point, because the monster is following them from the start, and then they get to where they're camping for the night, and the guy's like, "I feel like we've been Byron or whoever's I feel like we've been followed the whole way," and then that night or before the sun sets, that's when Marty goes out into the woods, and he finds. I guess the creature brought out the chick just to mess with them. The intelligence of the creature is, I don't know, not well defined.
No.
But I guess he took her out just to mess with him. He has her webbed up to a tree to lure him in, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he sees it and I think shoots at it a couple times and runs away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's freaking out again. But again, like he freaks out for a little bit and then he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
They have the big argument, like who's going to take the watch, and he's like, "I'll keep my watch," and
Yeah.
all that. But
I'm not gonna be a burden.
yeah. But anyway, so they camp for the night. They get up. They go onto the cabin, and at the little cabin, we have another character.
So they travel for a couple days.
They travel 2 days. They get to the cabin, and we meet Little Dove. But see, the joke is she's not actually little.
Yeah.
You know, I've been canceled again. Anyway.
So wait, did this? You know what I always wondered? Did
What?
this man travel?
You've always wondered.
Always wondered through
You
that
mean-
this movie. You know what I
While you were
mean.
watching the movie, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Did this guy travel all this way back to his cabin every time he wanted to go home?
Yeah, I think he lives at the cabin.
Yeah.
And I think he just goes into town when he's got a job or something.
Did he ski every?
Oh, does he ski?
Does he
Like,
ski-
did the
does he-
2-day ski trip every time? I don't know.
Because he didn't look like he had a vehicle.
And
It
then-
looked like he just skied.
Yeah, it didn't
all
look
the
like
way-
he had a jet ski or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it was skiing his
'Cause
only
he
mode of
had-
transportation.
Because I think that was his ski resort, wasn't that?
Did he own the ski resort?
I think that was his ski resort.
Oh, I didn't get the impression that he owned the ski resort.
Or did he work at that ski resort?
I think he may work there. I don't think he
I don't know. It
owns
was there was very vague lines dropped with Alex and him.
Well, yeah, Natalie did, or not Natalie. Jill said something about,
hmm
I don't know. I couldn't hear most of the dialogue at the beginning, so I don't
Yeah.
know who owns what or what. But anyway, maybe Jill would like pick him up and drop him off or something. Maybe that's how he got around.
Maybe.
But anyway, because where did Jill stay? I don't know.
Cause they said Jill said in the beginning of the movie that she had to cook supper for her brother every night.
You know, that's right. She did say that. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
the,
she had the car.
the movie didn't.
The movie's not too concerned about it.
No.
But anyway, so yeah. So then we get to, so like you said, about 20 minutes in is when we first, I think is when Marty goes to the mine and we first see the tentacle or whatever. And we see the like flashing glimpses of the creature. But first 20, 25 minutes are pretty slow. And then we get to the cabin. And I think the movie is really suffocatingly slow. We have a
Yeah.
lot of character work where they're
Not
all
really.
we're all stuck in this cabin.
They're just like wandering around and
Yeah.
small talk.
They're stuck in this cabin. Obviously, the tension is ratcheting up because Alex doesn't like Gil because Gypsy is flirting with Gil. And at one point, they get into a fist fight and Byron pulls a gun. And I think at this point, Gil's like, I'm in trouble. And meanwhile, Byron and Little Dove are like hitting it all after he like spilled flour or something all over her floor. They're like a couple now or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
She gives him warm milk and graham crackers.
because he's such a brave boy.
Yeah, I guess. Because he went out and investigated a noise or something. And yeah, and then there's Gil and Gypsy are talking, and she's like, would you let me stay here? And after she's like, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
She's like, would you let me stay here? And he's like, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. And then yeah, she confides that they're gonna kill him, and they have their little talks or whatever.
And then they're planning on escaping in the night.
Yeah,
through
there's
town.
a couple scenes of them like listening to the radio broadcast for the news and the weather, and the plane is delayed because of the blizzard and blah 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 blah, and nobody cares. And I'm just like, let's get on with it. And then then like the last, I don't know, 15 minutes of the movie or so, Gil and Gypsy decide they're gonna make a run for it. So they get their snowshoes and they take off. Screw Little Dove, I guess.
Were they on snow? I thought they were on skis.
I think they're on snowshoes.
No, it was Marty that was on the snowshoes.
I thought, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I thought Gil and Gypsy were on snowshoes when they took off.
I
But
thought they was on skis.
either way, some kind of snow traveling footwear. So they take off, and then Little Dove, Byron's going to go after him, but Little Dove's like, no. And Little Dove is then attacked and taken by the creature. And Byron then goes to the cave. I love at one point, Gypsy and Gil, they're going to make a run for it. But of course, they're taken by surprise by the storm that they've heard all these radio broadcasts about. And they're going to have to take shelter, and then backtrack and take shelter in the cave. But Byron goes to the cave, the haunted cave. Gil was like, I know a haunted cave near here. But I'm like, nice. But anyway, and I guess the cave is also the mine. Whatever, I don't know. But anyway, Byron goes to the cave, find like all alien style. The creature's got Natalie, the barmaid, and Little Dove, like webbed up to the cave wall.
The wall.
And there are the walls. And he's trying to save her, but of course he gets attacked, and they figure out the creature is like sucking the blood out of Natalie or whatever.
Then it attacks Byron and Little Dove.
Byron gets webbed to the wall, and then Gil and Gypsy show up, and they get into a fight with the creature, and Gypsy like throws stuff at it while Gil shoots it, and they get separated, and the bullets don't have any effect, of course. But then Alex and Marty show up, and Marty's got a flare gun, but they get attacked. He grabs Gypsy, but then they get attacked.
Yeah.
Marty gets killed, or I'm sorry, Alex gets killed. I guess Marty dies.
Alex gets killed first, and Marty dies shooting off the flare gun at the end.
Okay, well, yeah, Marty shoots off a flare gun, and the thing goes up in flames. And then Gypsy, it's funny, like it goes up in flames, it screeches. Gypsy and Gil, like, you know, stand together and then walk off, and literally the movie ends. And it's just like such an abrupt ending.
They were planning a sequel.
I guess.
And then they're like, no.
That movie's terrible. We don't need a sequel. I don't know what the sequel would be about.
Their journey to get to the city.
Our journey home. And yeah, the movie's over. What'd you think?
It was interesting.
It was interesting. It's not as bad as the movie last week.
No, but it's close.
It's pretty close, but the transfer is better. The picture is good enough. I can see what's going on. You know, there's at least a little more of the creature, I think, than the giant leeches.
A little more.
The creatures we'll talk about a little more inventive than the giant leech people or whatever.
At least this guy put some work into it.
Yeah, at least the guy had some passion about it, I guess. But no, it's still a terrible movie. It is also like almost 15 minutes longer than the movie last week. And you can feel it, like just all the stuff in the cabin, all the stuff at the ski resort. It's like, I don't care. Let's just get on with it. You know, I wish the creature had a lot more screen time. Maybe I don't. If I saw, once we see the creature, maybe we don't want it to have more screen time.
Confusing what it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it in creature design. I'm not even really sure what it is, but
I think it's a spider.
Spider-like creature. But yeah, do you like any of the characters or anything?
Does it look like I like any of the characters?
No, I don't think any of the characters are really engaging. I don't care about any of these romances.
No, these characters are very bland.
I don't care about the domestic abuse.
They're like, they're acting, they're saying their lines.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Yeah.
They're just, looking at script and saying their lines with no, real emotion behind them.
Yeah, I mean, they're not great actors. I mean, they're in a Roger Corman movie. I mean, come on. But
and to be fair, they're probably tired because they're trying to do two movies at the same time.
That's true.
Probably two very low budget movies.
Yeah, they're probably getting paid barely anything. But yeah, it's a bad movie.
Okay, we're done with the filming of this movie. Let's start on the filming for the next movie today.
Yeah, I mean, I will say at least they're filming this on location, so there at least is a sense of realism, and that they're actually out in the snow. They're actually in. I thought a lot more of this movie was going to take place in a mine or a cave. It's really only about 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But they are actually shooting in an abandoned mine, which helps there.
They didn't have enough money to
build
props.
a set and light stuff. What are you talking about? So that is a plus, I guess. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bad movie.
It's not very good.
Creature design,
Ugh.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, like you said, it's a spider ish creature.
I think it's supposed to be a spider.
It's got like legs, or I guess they're not tentacles. I guess they're legs that are kind of spider like. The body is like, I don't know.
To be fair, it was made by hand by one guy.
Yeah, the body is like, well, like I said, fabric, like strapped to a plywood.
So it's
Pallet
probably
or
not gonna
something.
look exactly like anything.
And then the head looks like, I don't know, it looks like they're going for like a withered old zombie look or something, but it's like fabric tied around with some chicken wire.
Yeah.
And then it's got like cobweb looking stuff
putty.
over it. And I don't even know what it looks like. I can't really compare it to anything other than like, yeah, the legs and stuff give it a spider-ish appearance.
And the webbing.
And the webs and the blood sucking is not really a spider thing, but I mean, I guess it is, but
Some
spiders
spiders.
inject the venom and then suck the insides out, I guess. But
That's what he's doing.
I guess so. But yeah, it's cheap.
It's very cheap.
It's cheap. And then effects.
There were never really that many effects.
Well, there's some really bad shots where they superimpose the monster over, like, you know, the woods or whatever, and it's very transparent.
But that's the monster. You can't even see it.
It's very transparent and it looks terrible. And I'm like, is it supposed to be a ghost? Now I'm confused. But yeah, that looks bad. I mean, they do set the thing on fire at the end. I guess that's cool. But yeah, like I said, the fact that they're on real locations do help.
Yeah, they couldn't afford anything
rather than
build
cheap
anything.
sets. But yeah,
They couldn't afford to build even the cheap sets.
no. And then score, I don't know, very generic monster movie score.
It was loud.
It was loud.
Louder than the dialogue.
We had to turn the movie up loud so I could try to understand the dialogue, which was so warped that I couldn't hear it. But yeah. But anyway, can you give us some final thoughts?
Sure.
Go for it.
Like we said, this movie's terrible. There's no saving it. But, you know, at least it's slightly better than the last movie we watched.
That's true.
Like, probably the slightest ever, but it's there.
It is a little better.
And acting, garbage.
Awful.
Garbage. They tried, I guess they tried the best they could.
I mean, it's not the most offensive
No.
acting job I've ever seen.
You know, I'll give them this. They're probably tired, you know, trying to, you know, act in one movie, then go straight into acting in another movie probably the same day.
Yeah, and from what I read, the days were
Horrible.
long and hard, and they weren't getting much done day to day because of the snow and cold, and they just weren't really equipped for it. So I'm sure
Yeah.
it wasn't an easy shoot, and I'm sure they were having a bad time.
Yeah. And filming two movies at once, doing all that probably was not the best idea.
Did not help, no.
Because they were the same actors for the other movie.
Yeah.
They're like two sets of actors. We can't afford that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the score in it is generic. It's not the worst score.
No,
They did good generic music.
I guess.
Better than what they could have done. And you know, it synced pretty good with the movie.
Yeah.
It's not like the weird sections like some movies we watch. Like it's like what is this?
Yeah.
And, you know, the effects, like we said, are terrible. What very few effects they have is terrible.
Yeah.
And I think the creature design, it's wonky. It's weird looking.
Yeah.
It looks like nothing.
Yeah.
in everything at once. I'll give this movie a straight D.
Really? All right. Yeah. Now, the movie is better than last week, like we've said, but last week the bar was so low.
Yeah.
That movie was so bad.
Mhm.
All I had to do was like show competence in a couple scenes, and it was better. And that's basically what they did. Yeah, it's boring. There's way too much time spent at the ski resort and at the cabin of just a whole lot of nothing happening. The monster's cheap. The effects are cheap. I do appreciate, but I do think, out of necessity, they had to film a lot on location, and that does help provide some sense of realism to the movie. The acting is bad and they're cardboard, but it's not the worst acting jobs I've ever seen. I actually think Alex and a couple of the henchmen are okay in the movie. Yeah, no, it's a terrible movie. It's bad.
Yeah.
And it is so boring and so cheap. And yeah, it may be better than the movie last week, but it still doesn't escape an F for me.
Did we give last week's movie an F?
Yeah. I gave last week. I never do this. Only the second time out of my history on Letterboxd, I gave last week's movie a half a star.
Oof.
Half a star.
What did he give this one?
I don't know. I haven't Letterboxd it yet.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking maybe 1 star.
Yeah, I
but
was
that's
thinking,
still an F.
I couldn't give it an F. If it's slightly better, I couldn't give it an F. If it's slightly better.
Yeah, relative to last week, this might be Oscar worthy. But last week was so bad. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, quite frankly. One of the worst movies we've done for this podcast, for sure. This is better than that, but not so much that it gets out of F. F is a large range. So, yeah, it's still a bad movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't really have any news. We did what we're recording this on a Thursday now, almost a week ahead in recordings. Look at us be responsible.
I know, right?
But we did watch the Monarch episode last week, and we'll probably watch episode 2 tomorrow. Interesting. We'll, of course, do a wrap-up episode when the 10-episode run concludes. Other than that, I don't really have anything other than some schedule updates coming up in the near future. We have
the beast that conquered the world.
The beast that challenged
the world.
And then
I almost had it right.
You almost had it right. Then the crawling eye.
Oh no.
And then for the month of April, we have the Mighty Kong for Kong's birthday, 1 million BC, the remake 1 million years BC, and we'll conclude April as we get into our creature feature extravaganza for this summer coming up with Grizzly.
Yeah. I am hoping the creature feature thing is going to be better than what we've been watching.
I wouldn't get my hopes up. And then I did add for the schedule, I did cement our Halloween special this year.
Ooh.
Will be the Toho Human Transformation Trilogy or whatever you want to call it.
Ooh.
Which is, and I'm doing this because Human Vapor is getting a Netflix remake. So we'll be doing the H-Man, the something, I already forgot what it's called, the something from Taligian or whatever, and the Human Vapor, Ishiro Honda's movie from 1960. And then assuming that it's available on Netflix at that time, we'll do I think it's like a 6-episode miniseries, kind of like they did for The Grudge here a while back. We'll be doing the Human Vapor, I think it's just called Human Vapor 2026. So that will be our October Halloween special.
I'm gonna be honest.
This year.
I totally forgot they did they did make a Grudge thing on Netflix.
It was pretty forgettable. It wasn't. All
I was like, wait, they did have that.
That was a thing back in the day. Hold on a second. So we will be doing that. So look forward to that. But other than that, I think that's about all we got for this week. So yeah, don't forget that we're doing another podcast. It's called Pulse Check, a horror movie podcast. And we just reviewed a couple of Scream movies over there. So definitely want to check that out. And as always, don't forget you can contact us at stompthisway954@gmail.com.
And you can find the website at www.stompthisway.wordpress.com.
That's right. And you can find us on social media at Song This Way on X, Instagram, and Facebook. All those links are in the show notes below. And again, next week will be hopefully a little bit better of a movie. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Is it another Roger Corman film?
I honestly don't know. I'll have to look. It is. It's on Amazon Prime though. It is The Monster That Challenged the World. So check that out with us, and let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. But anyway, as always, I'm Aaron.
I'm Andrew.
And we'll see you next time.